Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live, or you can go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping.
Good morning.
Let's also welcome LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter.
LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter.
Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Shout them out.
Shout them out.
LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter.
We promise.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Mr. E, we had a fabulous weekend. How was yours?
I had a wonderful weekend. The weather was beautiful this weekend. It was on and popping. I got to the point where I started to fly a kite.
Oh, I tell you what, I was out there at Mount Trashmore, and there was a lot of kites out there, a lot of folk that were walking and running, and dogs and kids. One thing that impressed me, though, Mr. E, it was so many fathers with their children in the playground area. It just made me feel very good.
You know, Miss Hinton, when we look at the fathers back into the lives of many, we see
you say back into the life, like
back into the life, because you know sometimes you didn't see all of the activity that the fathers are doing, something you didn't notice. And so now everybody, and my hat's off to the city of Chesapeake, because the daddies are back on the grind in those schoolhouses.
Oh, well, I tell you what, it was many of fathers out there with their children. It was just a beautiful sight to see. So, Mr. E, I had a wonderful weekend, and I hate to start it off with this, but did you see the Chris Rock Netflix special?
Yes, I saw Chris Rock Netflix special. I give Chris 8, 9. Yeah.
9. It was something, but I tell you what, we can talk about it on our Serving That Tea segment on Friday. So you all tune in. We got a lot to talk about. But anyway, this is Monday.
Monday.
Sports talk. But we put a spin to it today, Mr. E. We're going to be celebrating Women's History Month and highlighting the WNBA.
That's right, Miss Hinton, the WNBA. And I don't even know what the WNBA stands for. Maybe, I know what it is. Women's National Basketball Association. So we are celebrating that.
Absolutely. But first of all, on Friday, we kicked it off with Women's History Month, and the purpose of Women's History Month, the celebration all month. How it started, when it started, by who it was started by. And we're very excited, you know, as I look around, as I see on social media and everywhere, schools they're having something tonight in Hampton, as a matter of fact, kicking off Women's History Month. And it's just everywhere. And it makes me feel good because we just came out of Black History Month in February. And now here we go celebrating another group of people that have fought their way to where they are now.
That's right. And the only thing that's missing with all of this celebration is the men's group.
Don't have nothing to do with y'all. Mr. E, I told you need to start a movement and get your men on board because Women's Month has to do with us.
You said something earlier. In February, we was doing Black History Month. So we did February Black History Month, and we rolled into March. And when we rolled into March, we rolled into Women's Month.
Absolutely.
So can I make April Men's Month?
Go ahead and start your movement.
I'm gonna declare that today.
All right,
and
man.
You can hit the gavel on the table. I'm gonna declare today, starting April, it's gonna be Men's Month.
All right. Well, in the meantime, it's Women's Month. You can celebrate with us if you want to, but if you don't, we're going to celebrate ourselves. And this is our sports talk segment.
Yeah.
So we thought we would highlight the WNBA. Mr. E, let me ask you a question. Do you think the WNBA gets as much support as the NBA? Before you ask that question, let's go ahead and just describe it. The Women's National Basketball Association is an American professional basketball league. It is composed of 12 teams, all based in the United States. The league was founded on April 22nd, 1996, as the women's counterpart to the National Basketball Association, and league play started in 1997.
Miss Hinton, when you said something, it started out with 12 teams. There was the East and there was the Western Conference. There was the Atlanta Dreams, the Chicago Skies, the Connecticut Suns, the Indianapolis Favors, the New York Liberty, the Washington Majestics, and a host of more. And on the Eastern squad, Miss Hinton, there was the Dallas Wings, Las Vegas Aces, Los Angeles Sparks, Minnesota Lynx, Phoenix Mercury, and the Seattle Storm.
And these are all our ladies?
These are all your ladies.
Oh my goodness, 12 teams. And I tell you what, it was started 1997. It says it was founded April 1996. And that, I believe, Mr. E, is the only reason what we are a little bit behind, as far as popularity and money, because we're going to discuss that too. But I tell you what, it is wonderful to see that women are able to play a sport that at one time was not there. 1996, Mr. E. It's just fascinating. I remember kind of when it had first come about. People didn't think that could happen, that it would be a league for women. It was like women playing basketball.
They play basket.
Yes. But they had a need to play. They wanted to play. They had the talent. And there has been a lot of wonderful, wonderful women that have come through the league, and a lot of women that love basketball.
That's right. When you look around in colleges and when you look around in the backyard, you're seeing ladies are balling like crazy, and they're good at what they're doing.
The commissioner is Kathy Engelhardt, found the NBA. The NBA made the way for the WNBA. See, y'all played a part. See, Mr. E, see how wonderful you guys are?
Behind every great woman, there's a good man.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
The motto is watch me work.
Watch me work, yeah.
Headquarters in New York City. And again, the parent organization is the NBA.
Now, here's the part I like. The part I like is how much money does the WNBA bring in?
Let's talk about it.
While it might not turn a profit, the WNBA still makes money. In 2019, it was reported that the league broke in $60 million in revenue. Due to the current collective bargain agreement $12.3 million of what was distributed amongst players in January 2023.
Wow.
So they bought in, Miss Hinton, $60 million.
They had to actually, get that. Get the audience. First of all, we know the NBA people are going to come throughout the years. Folk have loved, men playing basketball. That was the thing. That was the thing. And so, when women came along, it was like, well, okay, what's this? What's going on? And they had to build up the market. They had to build up the interest and things like that. And of course, they had to have fabulous players. But the money is not like the NBA, right?
Go ahead, Sid.
It's not. The money is not like it.
The men. Yeah.
Like the men, the popularity, but the thing about it, we're there and we have the potential of making more and more and more money as the sport becomes popular.
That's right. And once that sports hit, you can rest assured that they gonna make them bucks like crazy.
Yes.
When you look at the league minimum salary is now $74,000. The $74,000, the salary cut, which is regarded as a hard cap standing at 142,500. This amount of money was distributed amongst 11 to 12 players.
Absolutely. I want to say good morning to Tracy Porter, Sheila Robbins, Chris Hinton. What's the gossip? Thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for your support. We're talking about Women's History Month, and we are featuring the WNBA. Now, Mr. E,
yes.
Have you looked at a few of our games?
I did look at a few of our games, of the WNBA games, and it's a good look. It's a good look.
It is.
It's not so much of the girls are shooting that rock. It's the girls are dribbling that rock. But what gets me so much about the men and the women balling is that the way the game is being played.
Tell me about that.
They don't have that crossover and that finesse or that hard going into the bucket like you see the Brotherhood do.
Right
now. What you see them do is, they
Mr. E, let me tell you something. You take a good look at the ladies playing ball and tell me sometimes if you can't tell, your eyes plays trick. You don't know if it's men or women playing because they play as hard as any man.
Now,
tall as any man, rough.
That's a true statement. But when you see somebody like the tallest girl I seen play is that Miss Brittany Gaynor. I mean, you talking from Baylor when she was playing with Baylor. I mean,
absolutely.
They did everything but knock her out, because she was so tall. And she would handle that ball and would, I think she was the first woman to dunk. Yeah. And so they doing everything it could possibly take, but it just, to me, look a little slow to me.
No, it don't. Mr. E just got his eyeballs on those celebrities in the NBA. But if you notice, the ladies have skill. It ain't got nothing to do with being a, girly girl. What is the skill of it? It's playing that ball and, being good enough to be with the NBA. Just like you have to be good enough to be with the NBA as a man, you have to be just as good also as with the WNBA. You're just not going to come out of your house and go there. It takes a lot of talent to make it to the WNBA.
One thing I've noticed about that they don't have them long fingernails out there on that court neither.
Who can look close enough and see if they I tell you what, they may not be playing with those long nails, but afterwards you should see somebody they really looking beautiful and stuff like that. Yeah. But let's talk about the popularity of the WNBA. What keeps people from watching? People, oh, well, women are not supposed to play ball. Are they too, I don't like to see girls rough and tough, or, it's not appealing to me. What would be some of the things? I think money, like you said, dollars and cents, sponsorship, are enough people looking at it. And that's the thing. People bring money when people have when they're people.
That's right.
When there's a market for it. So that means they will invest more when you see folk more folk coming to the games, more people, interesting. Uh, like I said, sponsorship has to do a lot with people,
And
the numbers.
Miss Hinton, when it's being broadcast more, it's got to be highlighted more. It's
Yes.
got to come out to the forefront. When you look at the seasons as they change, you see the men in college playing, and you see the women in college playing. But basketball and sports is, when it comes to the basketball season, one of the things that has been delayed is getting into the season.
I tell you what, Miss D, what you gonna do when they start playing football? And some of them already have started. And you have young ladies, because I've had a dialogue with my young women achieving success, and they feel like I feel there's gonna come a time when women are playing uh, uh, NFL sports right there with you men.
I would put nothing past a woman in this day and age, because yes, women are playing softball.
They're doing
Women
it
are
all.
now truck drivers just as well. So I mean, big tractor and trailer drivers. So I wouldn't put nothing in this day and time that a woman would, if she set her mind to do it, she'll do it.
We have the talent to do
Yeah.
it. God gives us the talent. And talking about Brittany Griner, is just thinking about her and the things that she just went through. This woman is a wonderful, great player, talented, and along with being talented and in the forefront and getting great opportunities comes struggle.
That's right.
And that's why we're celebrating Women's History Month, not just for the achievement, but for the struggle, for coming through the struggle, for lasting through the things that we go through. This young lady was overseas playing ball, and she was coming back, going through the airport, and I think she was coming back. Yeah, and there was some paraphernalia in her suitcase. Uh, and they arrested her.
That's right.
This young woman was due to spend 8 years in the pokey over in Russia. But I know she would say, but God. I know she would say, but God, because I'm telling you, Russia was not playing with that young woman.
That's right. Miss Gaynor, she's a 3-time WNBA champion of the Phoenix Mercury, and has resigned as the center.
Yeah, she just resigned.
And they announced that today. The Mercury general manager, Jim Pittman, it's a great day for all of us to announce that Brittany has officially signed to play for the Mercury in 2023.
Yes.
And they said they missed BGA every day that she was gone. And while basketball was not our primary concern, her presence on the floor, in our locker rooms, and our organization and within our community was greatly missed.
Yes.
We will continue to use the resources of our organization to support her on and off the floor. And we are thrilled for her that she get to return to basketball.
Absolutely. She's back. Go ahead, Miss.
That's right, where she loved dearly. This is a special signing, and today is a special day for all.
Yes, she's back and she's winning awards. She's being recognized. And I can imagine she is thanking God for bringing her back. But also, I know she's learned her lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it wasn't like this thing just came out of the sky. It was something that she had done, and that's another thing as women, sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes we make big mistakes. But God, getting us to the place where we can come out of our struggles, but you got to learn the lessons.
That's
and this
right.
young lady has gotten opportunity. And that's the thing. Women, when you get opportunity, take advantage of the opportunity, because things can take a turn when you make wrong decisions. And this young lady was over there playing ball, very talented, winning awards and all that kind of stuff, making money. But she made a wrong decision.
That's right.
But God, she was able to have somebody intervene, which was the president of the United States,
Yeah.
in her behalf. Look at that favor.
That's right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
goodness.
But here's the thing that we got to also stay humble once we are up there at
Yes.
the top. We cannot take for granted that because I'm one of the WBA,
Yes.
NBA's women's basketball champion or men basketball champion, I can do whatever I want to do. Miss Hinton, when we
Absolutely.
begin to talk about the women's basketball team, the WNBA, there's a lot of standards that's going on in the league. How many games they won
Yes.
and lost.
Tell us more.
They play about 26 games, and so far the Las Vegas Aces has won 4 games out of the 26 games, out of the 26 games that they're playing. Then you got the Chicago Skies, which is in second place, and the Connecticut Suns, and then you got the Seattle Storms and the Washington Mysteries, and then Dallas Wings.
Yes.
And then the Phoenix Mercuries are a few of the games that you got. Now these are tiebreakers procedures. Their league, some of the markings the same as the men. The X's stand for clinch the playoff berth, and the O's stand for eliminated from the playoff.
Yes.
So for being a contention, it's just like everybody in the league. We got to have it so that you can know the difference between those who are winning and
Yes.
those who are not. So their procedures when they dealing in basketball, they win, they lose, they win, they lose, and you get all of the targets, the scores, and the stats of what they're doing out there. So you can determine whether or not is they doing a wonderful job out there.
Yes. What do you think it would take for them to really get as popular as the NBA?
I think they need more publicity. They need to be put up there more. They need to be seen more. They need to be on the headliners of all sports. Instead of because it's a woman's sport, and normally all you see is men playing basketball, men playing football, and so that has to be exposed more. They got to put it in the headlights.
And you always have to have a star. You have to have those stars. You all have the Michael Jordans and the Steph Curry and all these wonderful players, Magic Johnson, people throughout the years that have really stood out and talking about ballers. And so I think the same thing with ladies. You're really going to have that brand, that name to bring the boys to the yard. You're going to have to, make sure you have those popular people that stand out, that nobody can refute that these people are purity born for the game.
And they fight out there too. Them women fight just like the dudes fight. I saw the other day with the NBA, the lady went running behind her to jump her. They fight just like the dudes. So, and they had to pull them apart. They had to get them separated because, the girl took the ball, hit her in the face with the ball. I said, y'all got some hard domes just like the dudes.
But Mr. E, many women got NBA, WNBA women get a chance to go overseas and play, just like Brittany. And that's where they make a lot of their coins.
And that's right. They go overseas and play, just like the guys do. They go overseas and play basketball. And so they get a lot of challenges. What I like about going overseas, and when they go overseas and play, you play against different countries.
Yes.
And you get the experience of how each one of these countries play ball, all their rules and their regulations.
Yes. So I tell you what, I feel as though I need to follow the WNBA a little bit more. I have seen college female college games and WNBA, but I must admit, have not followed it as much as the NBA. But I think I'm going to do that. Missy, you got some more information?
Just like I want to let everybody know, from 1900 to 2000, Sports Illustrator, top 100 female athletes.
Wow,
so we got that. We got to let our listening audience know the top 100 female athlete from 1900 to 2000. And one of the ones that stand out from the top is Miss Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Absolutely.
Is the greatest of all time. She's in that track and field,
Yes.
And then the next one they say, well, no, Serena Williams, our current listener, is the world's top female athlete. She would be ranked very, very high. However, this list was made in 2000. So at the time, she had only won one of the 23 Grand Slams. The best is yet to come. So we got Miss Jackie Kersey for track and field, Miss Baby Zara for track and field, Billie Jean King, I know you remember her, a great tennis star, Miss Sonia Hennies from the figure skating, and we got a host of many. We got Martinez Novoscotia. I can't pronounce her name, but she was one of the greatest tennis players that you ever want. Chris Everett was another one. Then you got Bonnie Blair, who did the speed skating. Miss Wilma Rudolph, track and field, and Nadia Kamalisi, gymnastics. And then you got Tracy Chalklin was swimming, Florence Griffin Joyner.
That's right.
Track and field, Mama Han, soccer, Nancy Lopez, golf, Stephanie Griff, tennis, Cheryl Miller, you remember her. She was in the basketball too. She was one of the top. Yeah. He was. She was one of the greatest basketball players there is. Margaret Court was in tennis. Olia Carper was gymnastic. Petty Fleming was a figure skater. Joanne Samuel was a distant runner. Dawn Frazier swimming, and the list go on and on and on.
But speaking of tennis and other sports, that's where you see some of that money. You're talking about big time money. Serena and Venus Williams became so rich as a result of just bringing all the boys to the yard. You got Tiger Woods, which is a man, but I'm saying what sports have done in this day and time, and women are making so much money in the field of sports. The money has gone up.
Can you imagine Venus and Serena making all that money?
That's it. And now that they have, I know Serena has retired. She has a pot of gold.
And a clothing line.
Her gift made room for her and allowed her to really build a wonderful brand and plenty of money and things like that. And so, women in sports, especially we're highlighting the WNBA. We're going to continue to watch, ladies, where they go and how they build the WNBA. I have high hopes that, it will be great. You'll be the stars. It'll be like the NBA or better.
That's right. There's more to come in that sports realm when we're dealing with men and women. But since the women are out front, come on, this is your month. Y'all are doing a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job. Miss Hinton, I was looking at some of the women that were riding in the bobsleigh, for the Winter Olympics. Great women did the bobsledding. And here's another thing, that if you saw the Chris Rock special, Chris Rock, this lady by the name of Helen Meyer, is that her name? Yeah, Helena. She was in fencing, and that's what Chris Rock said.
Yes, he did.
His daughters are in fencing.
Absolutely,
they're like the three musketeers dealing with swords. And imagine women fencing. And my hat's off to you because y'all doing a wonderful job.
We are professionals. We can do all of. And everything. You just name it. But I tell you what, you all come over here. We're going to talk a little bit more about sports, give you some upcoming shows, and shout out those that are viewing us at this time. You all are a blessing. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're going to see you on Wednesday.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350. And Miss Hinton, don't forget,
FYI After Dark at 6 p.m. on all social media platforms.
That's right. Don't forget to join us on FYI After Dark. Our special guest tonight is none other than Mr. Sean Cunningham. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350 Peace 95.3 and WPCE 1400. And have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Special day, special day.
All right, everybody. I want to shout out good morning, Tracy Porter. She said, good morning, everyone. Sheila Robbins is there. Young lady, how are you? Good morning. Chris Hinton, what's the gossip? Good to see you up here. Miss Yolanda Tillett, good morning. Miss D, you got anybody on your feed?
Just want to say good morning to Lottie, Dottie, and did you say Miss Roberta Carter?
Oh, Miss Roberta Carter, how are you?
Good morning, Miss Roberta Carter, Miss Sheila Robbins, Miss Crystal Hinton. Good morning, and thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Yes, you know, Coach Lulu just had a little boy.
Congratulations,
oh my
Coach.
Goodness, Coach.
Is that Coach Lulu who
she
coached football?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you know, that's out there in Fairlawn where
Absolutely.
she practiced at. And the Tennessee, the Titans. Go on, Coach Lulu. Go on, Coach.
Congratulations to you and your husband. Thank you so much for bringing a beautiful, you should see him, a beautiful boy, Miles, in this world. I tell you, it's a blessing. And again, we are doing our national Women's History Month, and we're highlighting women, and we're going to be talking about all kind of things. Today we stayed with our theme, which was sports talk.
That's right,
and we highlighted those in the WNBA, but we're going to be talking about all kind of things this month, and we want you all to join in with us also this evening. Don't forget, we're going to be talking to Mr. Sean Cunningham. He's an artist in this area. I've worked with him on a few projects, but also he is an anti-bullying advocate, and he has a story to tell because he grew up being bullied, and it wasn't good for a while. But God, that's what we always say, but God turned his life around and used art to really bring him out and to make him feel like he was a human being.
You know, Miss Hinton, there's one of the, since we was talking about sports talk, did you ever get an opportunity or did you play sports?
Oh my goodness, what did I do? I liked the little basketball. I wasn't that great at it. You know, in school we did a little things, but volleyball, dodgeball, you know, played all that stuff, but wasn't like, you know, good at it at all.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you was in played a little basketball, dodgeball, or kickball, and was on the baseball, and was on
just
one of the greatest teams.
Just as a kid, coming up like everybody else playing, but never getting into it like it would be something for my future.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Because when and you know a lot about sports.
I like sports. Now I do like sports, and this is the thing. I had brothers who absolutely loved sports, and so being home with them, you were surrounded by their friends and the things that they loved. They loved the Lakers. They loved Chicago Bulls. They just loved all of that. Then the NFL, the Green Bay Packers and all kind of teams. They kept us all in the loop because they loved it so much. Jakina, how are you? Denise, tell us what's going on in your world. Mr. Mark Howard, what's going on? Good to see you. Mark is a cook. Mark, you got to cook for us and give us some of those recipes.
Really a chef?
I think he does pretty good, Mark. He's up there showing some of his cuisine. I want to see some of that stuff.
I never know Mr. Mark to be a chef. All I knew he was a hater of the Cowboys.
Oh, no. How was y'all's weekend? Did you all have a wonderful weekend? What did you do? What's going on? Look, we got daylight saving time coming on next Sunday.
That's right.
And Mark said, "This is awesome. You love sports." I do. I'm getting to love it even more since we're doing sports talk. It really, I'm really looking at the game. My grandson and son and everybody just keeps me in the loop of what's going on, who's are relevant and how the game is played.
That's right. And don't forget, Miss Hinton, that you're looking for tickets to be in the skybox.
Oh my goodness, I gotta be in the skybox. I keep telling my son that we've got to go to a professional game. Now my son goes to professional games, him and his son, and they've been to the NFL, they've been to the NBA, and so I'm hoping this year is my year, Mr. E, to experience a professional game.
That's what it's all about, getting out there to experience professional games and looking at games like crazy, because that's what I want to. I've been to a professional game,
Yes.
And I found out that that's where all the happenings at these
Yes.
professional games.
Well, I tell you what, my son, we were talking yesterday, and he said he was going to take me and his son to one of the professional baseball games here. And I said, "Oh, that would be so great."
They got them right down here at the Tidewater Tides.
The Tides, yes.
Yeah, they can. And then the thing about it is, we did have a professional football team and a basketball team here in the 757.
So, Mr. E, we're in March Madness, and what about the MEAC? What is that? Is that coming up real soon as well?
That's coming up real soon. I got to get you more information on the MEAC, and that's going to. And the CIAA just finished getting around the corner, going around the corner. When it comes to basketball with Norfolk State and Old Dominion and all those other grade A and group A 1, 2, and 3 basketball play, the league.
Yes.
I'm learning basketball. I love basketball. I know how to play basketball, but I don't have a team in basketball.
Oh, see, maybe you should get one. But if you don't, I tell you what, we're going to be following some of the games. I'm hoping that we can get someone from one of the Old Dominion, basketball to come on our Sports Talk segment for our month of March. And we're going to highlight all kind of things during the month of March, our Sports Talk segment.
The MEAC must start real soon, because Mark said it's Wednesday at the Scope.
Wow.
We must support the Spartans. They got a young man on the Spartans team that's a senior. He's making records, breaking history. Some of my friends used to go to Norfolk State, who played basketball over there. And so, Norfolk State and Old Dominion, they have great teams. They have great teams. And my hat's off to them. Mr. Mark Howard, never that. Never
what
that.
Did he say?
Mr. E, all fun and games. I love the Commanders.
That's his team. All right.
Well, Miss Hinton, I sad to say that the Commanders will get another name change.
Well, I tell you what, before we talk about that, Mr. E, I wanted to ask Mark, who is his basketball team in the NBA, and anybody else who would like to chime in. We have when we follow the NBA, not the NBA, but the NFL. So many people have their teams. But then when we turn and switch to the NBA, it's like nobody wants to own a team. What is that all about?
Ms. Hinton, when it comes to basketball, there's not that much excitement, and like it was in the days of old. In the days of old, they had folks doing roundhouses and dunks and gorilla dunks, tearing down backboards and things of that nature. They put slam and dunk like crazy. And right now in this league, all they're doing now is shooting three-pointers. Shooting three-pointers. He's a Washington Wizard. He just stayed in the contest shooting three-pointers. It's no more basic basketball. It's no more basic defense. It's no more coming into the bucket. You got 7'2s and 6'9s and 6'11 at the top of the key shooting three-pointers.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to continue on our Sports Talk segment, bringing you all nothing but the best. Yes, we're going to be looking at games, and we're going to be reporting on it and keeping up with those that are playing the WNBA. I love basketball. I think it's really interesting. I don't have a team, but I do favor certain teams, and I will be following certain teams.
What teams do you favor?
I love, of course, the Steph Curry and them's team.
Oh, that's my boys right there. Yeah.
What's the name of the team? The Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors.
Of course, when you talk about the brands that we have followed throughout the years, like the Bulls and
Lakers,
like the Lakers.
Phoenix
You know, the
Suns.
thing about it is just following them because of their brand. You know, and
That's right.
you
That's
know,
right.
I kind of like will do that. Also, our upcoming shows, of course, we're going to have our Friday, What's in the Closet, and we're going to talk about women uh, history. We're going to talk about what makes what makes a woman, and some of the things that she's gone through. Like I said with Brittany Griner, even though she's a star and even though she has accomplished so much, there are challenges that women face. And so we're going to find words and talk about words that identify us. And some of them have to do with some of the struggles and some of our fears. But then we're going to talk about who can find a virtuous woman and how to describe who we are. Look, you know, you got to put Alvera back up there, my baby Peaches. Good morning, lady. She said, you look lovely in your hat. Love you, my friend, for life. Love you, Peaches. Love to the family. Thank you. Even my friend Sheila. Sheila, love to your family. I haven't seen Bonita for a minute and everybody, but love to my friends. And thank you all so much. I hope that Diane Carter is looking because I miss her. I wonder how she's doing. Diane, if you're there somewhere on, she's usually on FYI Radio Show's platform. Say hi. I miss you, and we need to talk and get together soon. And you all are just so lovely. It's good to see Chris, Crystal up there. My children have been looking on, and all you all are just absolutely fabulous. Roberta God is still there. She's a great, I tell you what, support for
That's
us.
right. That's right.
And we want to thank you all for making sure you come and see about us. FYI, I don't know if Jewel Corporal's up there, but Jewel is another one that usually is there. Tracy Porter, thank you for chiming in. And all of you all that are up there, I may not see you, but thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Don't forget our upcoming show tonight with Sean Cunningham, please, at 6 p.m. on all social media platforms live. We want you to come and share with us. Also, again, Friday, what's in your closet? And Wednesday, what's under the hat?
That's right.
Issues concerning men. I have a good topic for you all on Wednesday. I want you all to chime in. And let's see if we can find some answers for a question that was specifically asked about, you know, men and a certain topic. But anyway, Mr. E, yes, follow us on social media. Meet us tonight. We're going to be serving that tea. You know, we got to talk about Chris Rock and the dag on Netflix. Did y'all see it? Please, somebody respond. What did you all think?
I like I said, I give Chris Rock, I give them a 9, you know, because
he was good.
He really let some steam off his chest.
At the last 10 minutes, right. He did.
He really let folks know how he really felt during that session. You know, a lot of people said he wasn't all that funny. But, you know, I look at Chris Rock as he's really letting the world know these are the things that we have made mockery of, or these are the things that we have that hit the circuit, that hit the highlights. So he let them know his opinion and how it felt.
Well, we'll be talking about that on Serving Dat Tea and more topics as well. What's going on here locally and some national things and church news and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be serving Dat Tea. Don't forget now, look, the book Bullying is right underneath your nose. It's a hard copy, ebook, and Audible. Just go wherever books are sold. Bullying is right underneath your nose by Yolanda Hinton. Also, the Royal Ladies Pie, which there's going to be a launch for the Royal Ladies Pie real soon, and you can still get them now. You can still get them and everything. So don't forget to join us and be blessed. Mr. E's gonna tell you how you can be a sponsor intern, and who else? And what else?
And
a special guest.
Yeah, a special guest.
With FYI Radio Show.
Yeah, if you like to be a sponsor, special guest with the FYI Radio Show, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, our FYI Facebook page, or you can email us at FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. gmail.com. Again, that's FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. And guess what? Let us know. Let us know that you got something special that you want us to make known here on our radio show, our platform, and that the whole world can be a part of.
Absolutely. Before we go, Young Women Achieving Success, we're recruiting. We want girls 10 to 17 years old to be a part of the Young Women Achieving Success mentoring program. In the meantime, Mr. E, give them that information one more time, and we're going to see you back here on Wednesday.
And don't forget that if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inboxes at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
All right, we're going to see you soon. You all be blessed. Enjoy this beautiful day.
2 up, 2 down, VA.